Maddie and Steve, they set the stage. From classic bouts to the modern age. Every slam, every story, every legacy comes alive with wrestling pedigree. So tune on in, the spotlight's bright. The ring is ready on this podcast night. It's wrestling pedigree.
Ain't it beautiful to be alive on a Saturday night? Welcome, everybody, to Wrestling Pedigree. I'm your co host, Matty. And with me, I have the last real general manager of MWL, Steve Hawkins. How are you, sir?
Oh, Maddie, it's another fantastic day, and today we're talking about the legendary rivalry between Stone Cold Steve Austin and Vince McMahon. We are unrehearsed.
Yep.
We did not do any freaking research, and we are completely unedited.
We're always unrehearsed and literally just going on for everything in our heads that we can remember back in our days growing up watching this product. And yeah, definitely uncensored because fuck that shit. And unedited, fuck that shit. What a what a crazy period that this we're about to go into. Stone Cold Steve Austin, like you said, rivalry with Mr. McMahon, and let's go back to. Ooh, let's actually go back 1 year before everything happened. 1996, King of the Ring.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Stone Cold was the ringmaster, now was Stone Cold. Wins the King of the Ring 96. And he gives off one of the most unscripted promos, statements of just unbelievable trashing the Snake Roberts religion and stuff like that. What was your? I always want to know what's your take on that 316 promo?
I pretty much had the same reaction that Doc Hendricks had. The ooh. Um, I knew right then and there, though, that was a star-making promo.
Oh yeah, and I remember now Don Hendricks' reaction, especially when you said up his ass. It's like yeah, um, gotta love Dots for that. I think that made it even more better. I think Michael Hayes doing that reaction made that statement much more like holy shit.
Oh, absolutely.
The next, I think it's the next night or the next week after, 316 shirts, Austin 316 shirts were everywhere. I think I got three in my closet still somewhere. Um, yeah, so since then, 96, Austin being like the outlaw, the badass he that he is. And then on the other side, you have Vince McMahon, was a commentator, play-by-play commentator. What's your take on him as a commentator?
Um, I mean, we knew that he wasn't just a commentator; that he owned the company. Um, I mean, as a commentator, though, he was one of the best, one of the very best. He was a great play-by-play. Um, he was brought up in wrestling. He was doing play-by-play when Vince Senior was running WWF,
Yep.
and he kept going on with it. Like even when I went to Survivor Series '93, I believe he was on commentary that day, and he was fantastic. I loved Vince as a commentator.
I I remember Vince as a commentator saying, "Oh, what a maneuver!" and just going over the top, but which made it so good, especially the new generation. He went way over the top. Obviously, he was a commentator, and then obviously we won't stay on this subject too long because we did a couple of weeks ago. The Vince McMahon Montreal Screwjob with Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels happened, and was it the next night the interview sit down with JR
Yes.
and the famous Bret Screw Bret, which listening to something to wrestle with Bruce Pritchard, Vince honestly thought he was the face.
Yeah,
He
he did.
he honestly thought he would come out, be the face, and say Bret's the bad guy for leaving the company. And that didn't work out for him. And then everybody, like you said, then everybody knew then he was the owner because of that interview. Do you remember the first interaction with Austin and McMahon in '97?
Are we talking September 97?
Yes, sir. I'm talking 27th of September 1997 at MSG.
When Stone Cold Steve Austin delivered the first stunner to Vince McMahon at Raw?
Yep, the worst stunner. Well,
Yes.
one of the worst stunners.
The McMahon family has trouble taking stunners.
Shane don't.
Oh no, but Shane's Shane's completely different.
I think Shane's the only one.
Yes.
I think there's about four shit stunners Vince's took. I won't even mention Linda's. Stephanie was here and there, I think.
Stephanie could take a good one, but most of the time the stunners hit on her were just crap.
Was that her making it crap, or was that him not getting the maneuver right?
I think it was probably a little bit of both.
Well, I think that's why she had the new airbags to help her. Sorry, just watching Chris Jericho earlier on a classic Raw, and it just came up. Yes, so it was the first stunner. Obviously, me and you massive Owen Hart fans. Austin was on this tearaway because of his injury at SummerSlam of that year. Dropped on his neck, and everything went to shit. Vince was trying to get him to look things the corporate way, talk about his health, and obviously he just stutter Vince, like you said, and then I think did he get arrested that night?
Yes.
He got arrested. It won't be the first time he got arrested. After that, I think Austin was more anti-hero, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was.
And throughout the '97, he had rivalries, obviously, with Rock and everything like that. You can see McMahon was getting more frequently frustrated with him because of this anti-hero bullshit he was doing, coming out stuttering Farouk and the Nation, and then Vader. One of my favorite Royal Rumbles is '98, and he was a big target on it when Austin. He had a massive target.
Yep, he sure did.
What was your? I know we're past the Royal Rumble mouth, but what was your take on the 1998 Royal Rumble?
I mean, I thought it was good. But 1998, that's when March 98 is when the rivalry between them really kicked off. I mean, yeah, we had the stunner, we had the arrest in September 97, but March 1998 is when the rivalry like really started with them.
So I got to disagree with you a little bit because for me, I thought the rivalry started in '98, the day after Royal Rumble when Mike Tyson came down.
Yeah,
because
I
that
guess
hurt
so.
that hurt McMahon's ego.
Yep.
To bring Mike Tyson down and say, "Hey, he's going to be like the main man at WrestleMania. Here comes Austin, double finger salute to Tyson, push shovel, everything's kicking off, and then there's Vince McMahon going to Austin and say, "You ruined it, damn it, you ruined it." It definitely, I thought that was the big build up for that then, because you have McMahon saying you don't want him to as a champion because he's too blue collar and stuff like that.
I mean, I agree with you to a certain extent, but I also think, everything coming full circle and Tyson turning on Sean at Mania,
Yeah,
I think that was a big contributing factor to the rivalry.
I know. After that WrestleMania, which is I think the underrated main event, by the way. April 13th, Monday Night Raw, we had Stone Cold versus McMahon.
Hmm.
Do you remember that? Do you remember this match?
Vaguely.
So this match was the match where Austin had to have his arm tied
Oh, yeah.
behind his back. Then before they could just get into it, Dude Love comes out and causes trouble. Dickie's going after McMahon, and then he turns on Stone Cold. Do you know this Monday Night Raw was the first Raw in 84 weeks to beat Nitro?
Yes, I do remember that.
So obviously advertised Austin versus McMahon, and everybody switched to watch that.
Yep.
Imagine they do that. Imagine we could have obviously can't have it now, but Triple H versus Roman or Triple H versus LA Knight.
Yeah.
That'll get some that'll get some ratings. After then obviously Austin, McMahon, and Do Love had this rivalry for a month or so, and then it all ended on Over the Edge, May the 31st, against Do Love. McMahon has a referee. Do you remember this?
Yes.
Pat Patterson, announcer, which I find it funny they put the French Canadian in the fucking announcer.
Hey, there's
And
nothing wrong with French Canadians announcing.
there ain't, but your accent is better than his.
Yeah, that's true.
And I say that, but then the next person I'm going to mention has got a more stronger fucking accent. Gerald Briscoe, as a timekeeper. I mean, like Mr. McMahon. I mean, just complete the studios there, and then obviously Taker was in Austin's corner. I love this match. I think this is underrated, don't you think?
Absolutely.
Do you remember the finish?
Yes.
I thought, no way they could count that. As a kid, I was thinking, no way they could count it, and it actually did.
Yeah.
To get him off, I think he got still chaired in the head by Do Love McMahon.
Yep.
And then the stunner on Do Love, and Stone Cold grabbed McMahon's arm for the 1, 2, 3, and there's no bell ring because before that spot, Undertaker trips on both Pat and Jeff through the announcer's table. Already in my picture in my head is so fucking awesome. Austin keeps the title. 1 month later, my favorite King of the Ring, 1998. First blood match, which I thought this was, thinking about it now, this is a beautiful storyline.
Yes.
No way, you ever thought of Kane to come out fully suited and not have any skin showing? Was brilliant.
It was.
Austin loses his title to Kane in the first blood. Were you happy about that, or were you, as a fan, thinking this is some McMahon bullshit?
Oh, I was thinking this is straight up bullshit.
Did you? I didn't even notice this until I saw it probably years after this, but I didn't notice he was fully covered.
Yep. I I believe I noticed as soon as he came out, and I'm like, oh, wow, how is this going to work?
I would have just set him on fire. He's bound to bleed out somewhere.
Yeah. I mean, eventually he did get set on fire, but, that was in a different match.
I love that we're talking attitude. I know it's attitude and remotes, but frick me, we all got fire. We got people, elderly people go through announce tables. Freaking awesome. Mike Tyson into it. The next night is one of my favorite WWE title matches. Austin gets his rematch against Kane after some mind games.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's one of the best title matches. Do you think it's one of the best on Monday Night Raw?
On Monday Night Raw, definitely one of the best.
I think that match is just so clean. I don't think you can find a fault in it.
No.
Fast forward, like into obviously July, August, SummerSlam, him and Undertaker, Austin Undertaker. Then we get to Breakdown. Now, Breakdown is, I don't think it gets talked about because it's such a good pay-per-view. Some of them, like Rock, Shamrock, Mankind, still Cage.
Yeah.
I mean,
and yeah, that's definitely one that doesn't get talked about. It kind of got lost in the era.
It did, and I know. Did they still class that as in your house?
I believe they did.
When was the last in the house? That's be interesting. Was that the last one, or was it the Judgment Day, the following?
I'm not sure, but we have a world of knowledge at our fingertips.
You do that.
Oh,
I told you later.
I'm going to look it up. This is the first time we've done this on Wrestling Pedigree. I am doing research while we're live.
Just because it's going to annoy him so much, though. While you're doing that, I'll explain Breakdown's main event. Kane and Undertaker versus Stone Cold for the title. Kane and Undertaker can only win the championship by pinning Austin. Austin obviously has to pin Taker and Kane. However, Taker and Kane both pin Austin. McMahon comes out and gets the title belt and runs away with gives Austin the bird and makes the title vacant.
All right, Maddie, I have our answer. The last original WWF branded In Your House was St. Valentine's Day Massacre.
Oh, we're almost close to that now.
So that was 27 years ago today.
Wow, ain't we good to do a show like that? So
we are
really good as shit, we are. Jesus. The ending of the Breakdown, I found out so. Obviously, has kayfabe at the time. I was like, what the fuck's going on? But thinking about it now, has doing like the GMOs and the prediction GM like I used to do, and what you phenomenally brilliantly do. Do you think this was a smart finish?
I mean, yeah, I think it was a smart finish because with Kane and Taker winning, like Austin loses. Period. Austin's the only loser. And Kane and Taker.
But it doesn't make Austin look bad, though. That's what's crazy about it.
No, because he was going against fucking Kane and The Undertaker.
I know. And this is the same Kane and Undertaker the next night broke McMahon's ankle because he flipped them off.
Yep.
Talking about that, the reason why that happened is 30 minutes before that, Stone Cold, I think this is the first time it comes out in a vehicle. I could be wrong. Could be wrong. No, all right. It's the
Nope.
first time it comes out of vehicle. It's the Zamboni. Is it?
Yep.
Is it?
The Zamboni.
Zamboni comes out and runs over studio lights. The police are chasing him. And Austin McMahon goes on the mic, says, "Don't let him in here." And my God, he's going through the curtain and he's smashing up the place. And he hits the ring. I think
Yes.
I was like, holy crap, he hit the ring, and you can see people wobbling. And he flips off all the Stooges and Kane Undertaker and then hits McMahon. And do you remember what JR says?
No, I don't.
Oh, he goes, "Down goes McMahon, down goes McMahon." You know what's so funny? I want to know whoever threw that inflatable Stone Cold Steve Austin beach ball or whatever it was, inflatable doll into the ring. Do you remember that?
I do remember that. That was fantastic.
I think whoever did that, I wish they named themselves because that was freaking awesome.
It was brilliant.
It was amazing seeing that. Which I think is one of the most replayed segments. Like just that spot. It's like whenever people mention Austin, it comes up there. When you saw that, you must have seen this live because obviously in America, you guys get it at the correct time. What was your take? Was this live or was it taped? It must have been live at the time now because they used to be on it then live.
Yeah, late September '98. I think it was live at that point.
What was your take as a fan seeing that shit go down?
I just laughed my ass off. Like, it's a fucking Zamboni.
I forgot where they were.
Let's see.
So break was in Canada. I'm just thinking somewhere like it has a really good hockey team.
Maybe Detroit?
Could be Detroit. It definitely ain't Boston because the Bruins suck. But it probably is Detroit.
Let's see. Once again, doing research.
Live on the podcast. Told you we're unrehearsed. Love it.
Oh, look at that. It was Detroit.
Oh, that's
Yeah, that was a pretty good guess.
So was that the Detroit Red Wings?
Yes.
Yeah. So I can understand now why there is a Zamboni. Obviously with man, oh God, I can't keep a straight face doing like this. So McMahon breaks his ankle. He's in the hospital. And I'm going to let you do it because I love it how you explain things, Steve. Please explain bedpan McMahon.
Oh, God. Okay. Well, first, let's go a little bit earlier during that night where we get the first introduction to Mr. Sacco.
The debut.
Yes, the debut of Mr. Sacco when Mankind decides that he wants to visit Stone Cold in the hospital. We also get our introduction to Yertle the Clown.
Oh, bless her.
But then a little bit later, the nurse comes to check in on McMahon. And she turns around and says, "Doctor, what do you think?" And he goes, "Oh, I'll take it from here, nurse." Turns around, takes his surgical mask down. It's Stone Cold Steve Austin. Starts beating him with a bedpan. The sick clang of that bedpan on McMahon's head still makes me laugh every fucking time I watch it.
That's why for me I cannot explain it because I just think of that dunk like noise and then thinking of the clear and literally just shocking him.
Yep.
It's so freaking amazing. I think when they did the, I don't know if you had it, the DVD of 100 moments of Raw.
Yep.
That's in the top 5.
Yep.
And I was like, oh man, that's so freaking amazing. And after that, 2 weeks after that, he gets a cement truck, and I like my cars. I love, like, in the UK we don't get much here with Mustangs, but I'm a big Mustang guy, and I like my power cars like Corvettes and stuff. But Austin doing that to a Corvette, I wish it was actually McMahon's Corvette.
Yeah.
I just
Kind of made you cringe a little bit, didn't it?
It did, but then I started laughing when I saw the window break. I just thought it was freaking awesome. Oh, but that was like 3, like we just talked about there, 3 crazy segments where it just made Attitude Era so fucking awesome.
Yep.
We're about to get into something really, really fucking awesome. October 18th, Judgment Day. Austin's made to be the special ref. He has to count a winner between Taker and Kane. Austin, being Austin, says, fuck you, I'm not doing that. And because of that, he gets fired. Oh, this bit makes funny. So the next night, Austin kidnaps McMahon.
Yeah.
Tortures him a little bit in his office. Bossman's gone to look after McMahon's family. The fucking Stooges are nowhere to be seen. Slaughter is nowhere to be seen. And Austin wheels McMahon to the ring and gets him on his knees. And we see a gun. Now, me being a young kid at the time watching this, I thought, fuck, he's going to blow us out. Bring us out. What was your take on this segment before the
before the conclusion? I was like, well, this is fucking good TV. Like I was on the edge of my seat, like, what the hell is gonna happen next?
See, in my head, I was kind of a bit worried because I remember the Brian Pillman.
Yep.
So
yeah, I remember the Brian Pillman thing.
So in my head, I'm thinking, all right, so instead of being in Pillman's house, they're doing it in the fucking ring.
Yep.
But yeah, it's literally just crazy because he gets him on on his knees. He presses a gun. It's a toy gun. Says bang 316. And by God, the elderly gentleman pissed his pants. Oh man, that's such a great segment again, wasn't it?
It's one that I could watch over and over again.
You will watch an elderly man piss himself with a
yes.
We're probably going to talk about this a little in full history, probably in November when we do the cover of the Survivor Series. But Deadly Games.
Yes.
I liked the Deadly Games. What did you think of the Deadly Games in '98?
I thought it was a brilliant concept.
I have money on Gilbert.
Of course you did.
Mankind fucked that up for me. Obviously, during that match, Shane was the one that got the new contract for Austin, so he could get fired. And then, for some weird swerve, Shane double-crossed Austin, and then against the semifinals against Mankind, and then another smash finish between Rock and Mankind at the final. Now, January 24th, 1999, Royal Rumble, No Chance in Hell. Right. I had to watch this earlier today just to remind myself, just to go through, not like research, just to see such bits that we could talk about tonight. I wanted when we did that episode where we could change World Royal Rumbles?
Yep.
I wish I fucking changed this now. McMahon wins the Royal Rumble due to Rock distracting Stone Cold. What did you think of this Royal Rumble?
I thought it was a fresh pile of shit.
This Royal Rumble match?
Yes.
Yeah. I gotta say the I Quit match was definitely not part of the shit.
Oh no. No.
But I agree. This it had a great roster in it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I agree. It was a pile of shit. I didn't know where they were gonna go with it. 'Like you said, 27, is it? 27 years ago today?
Yep.
The last In Your House, Valentine's Day Massacre, Austin versus McMahon is still cage.
Yep.
I love this match. I love the fall that McMahon took outside the cage. I love the mind games Austin did. I love the blood. I even love the debut coming out of the freaking ring with Big Show, Paul White.
Yep.
What was your take on this match?
I thought it was a really good match. Like you said, I absolutely loved the debut. I loved the match. I loved all the bumps. I loved Paul White throwing Stone Cold through the cage. I thought
Yeah.
it was brilliant.
Right. I listened to Pritchard's Valentine's Day episode. Do you honestly believe that Cage was meant to do that?
Yes.
See, in my head, I'm got like a little bit of kayfabe, like kayfabe still real here, and I'm thinking, nah, that he wasn't meant to do that.
I'm I don't know. I'm thinking they had some kind of trigger where,
Really?
where usually, it's the cage is all kept together. They must have had some kind of trigger point or something where once they pressed it, then it released the hold on the sides.
That's a great shout. That is actually a great shout. For me, I just thought it was an accident, just like Mick Foley going through the Hell in the Cell. Literally, that's how naive I was.
You have been kayfabed.
Yeah, God wish the kayfabe was still real. On March 28th, WrestleMania 15, Stone Cold wins the title. What a very good match against The Rock. McMahon tried to screw into it, try to get the special ref, but every plan he did that day backfired. And you said this is when the real rivalry started, real kicked off, went full gear. What made you think this went full gear after this then?
I just feel like that's when it really became an official rivalry and not just one guy pissing off another guy.
Yeah, I agree. And McMahon turned a little bit babyface during this bit.
I think he tried.
Because he had trouble with the ministry.
Hmm.
Stephanie got adopted, almost married,
Yeah.
and then McMahon asked Austin to help. I like that segment. I think that's a really good segment. The Austin breaking the wedding.
Yeah.
The chair shot that he gave Midian is one of the sickest fucking chair shot.
My God.
After that is Vince, Rock, and Austin against Triple H, Taker, and Shane. That was a great 6-man tag.
Hmm.
And then we get to King of the Ring before we get to King of the Ring, there was a Higher Power segment.
Yep. September 28th. Oh, no. I lied. June 7th, 1999.
June 7th. And There were rumors that a higher power was Christopher Daniels,
Yes.
which should have been.
Although Christopher Daniels has gone on record saying, "I didn't know anything about this. Nobody came to me about it."
So it's basically an urban legend, like the many wrestling urban legends.
I think maybe it might have been talked about backstage, but the idea was never brought up to him.
Yeah, because he was doing metal, I think, and stuff like that.
Yep.
Like WF metal. I remember Jack Metal or something. It was something that they were doing, like Sunday Night Heat. Vince revealed to be the higher power. We could see it was Vince anyway before he was the higher power because you could see the shadow of his face because he's got a massive nose. This developed to be one of the craziest segments ever. Austin's the CEO. Do you remember the skits and the segments of Austin being CEO at headquarters?
I do.
Do you remember the receptionist?
Yeah.
He's like, answer the phone. Who the fuck are you?
We skipped over something very important though.
Oh, what did I skip?
March 22nd, 1999.
My favorite beer.
One of the very best segments ever. Stone Cold Steve Austin, right after WrestleMania 15, drives a
before.
Coors Light truck down and douses the corporation with beer.
Yes. The Rock, Shane, and Vince are in the ring.
Mhm.
Was it Coors? I thought it was Miller.
It was Coors
Oh,
because that's what Austin was drinking at that time.
oh yes. Yeah, I remember that now. And it was crazy. He was on top of the beer truck, and he's saying if you're ready for WrestleMania 15, give me a hell yeah. And then he's going to burn the SmackDown hotel to the ground. It was such a good way to hype up. But that wasn't the last segment, wasn't it? I think it was like middle of the show.
Yeah,
It was crazy. I would have ended that.
right.
That would have made fans go home. I'd be like, hell yeah. Just throw beer at people. While you're talking about the beer truck, I know we're talking about Austin. The beer truck he did with Maria and Santino many years later. Do you remember that one?
Yeah.
I think a lot of people were happy that Maria got sprayed.
Oh yeah. I
But
definitely was.
Santino did the best Austin Stunner sell in a long time. Yeah, the salute. He just that was so brilliant.
And you know, he's told people that he did that just to pop the boys.
Yeah. But if you do stuff like that, like Pat McAfee does it well now. Like when he got stoned, he's just dribbling the beer out of his mouth, and if you do, it's called selling. I think
Yeah.
it's a lost art now, but that's a good selling. We remember that now. That's how fans remember it. I think Dolph Ziggler took a stunner before, and he took it fucking awesome.
Mm-hmm.
King of the Ring, Austin versus McMahon's in a ladder match for CEO control. This match was a bit weird because we didn't know who was controlling the briefcase above the ring.
Yeah.
How did you find this match? I thought it was a bit.
Yeah. I thought it was just meh.
A month later, fully loaded. This match was holy shit.
Yeah.
Fully loaded. Austin versus Taker first blood match. Austin wins. McMahon leaves WWF. Kayfabe. This was to get McMahon out of the storylines for a while.
Yeah.
I love this match. I'm a fan of first blood matches, but this was a proper first blood match where you cannot freaking take your eyes off it. It was violent. It was perfectly told, don't you think?
Yeah, and for me, Austin and Taker always put on good matches against each other.
Oh yeah,
They had that
chemistry.
chemistry.
I can't remember if it was Austin. If Undertaker won, he get the title shot. I think it was something like that.
Yeah.
Obviously, with Vince gone, Shane was in charge, and then there was referees, strikes. Austin lost the title at SummerSlam in a triple threat between Triple H and Mankind because Mankind won. Thanks to Jesse the Body Ventura. And September was all right. But then the big thing happened. Austin got run over
Mm-hmm.
in Survivor Series. And that rivalry disappeared.
Yeah.
Do you think during the November 1999 until he came back in September 1999, September 2000, they really missed that rivalry, do you think?
I think they did, but I also think that's time that Austin really needed to take off. Like he had been going like constantly,
Mhm.
not really any breaks. He deserved this time off.
I agree with you. I think he was from 96 to 1999. He literally gone full throttle like every night.
Yep, he was on TV just about every week.
And they were on the road, was it 310 days at that time? So he's doing house shows each other night.
Yep.
That's crazy. He did come back in Backlash 2000. But before that, he blew up the DX Express on the SmackDown.
Mhm.
I love that segment. He came back, helped The Rock, still chaired the Stooges, hit Shane, hit Vince, great pop. And that was the last we saw of him until he came back in September to find out who ran him over.
Yep.
We won't go through all that because, by God, we'll need an extra 3 hours to go on why the fuck they ran over a bald man with a fat ass.
Now, if you want to find out what we thought about this, go back and watch our episode from last week.
Yes, or if also we'll have that in archives for the Bloodline Samoan Dynasty episode. We did talk about Rikishi running over a bald white man. So we definitely cover that very well. It still sucked though, that storyline. Austin comes back. He wins the Royal Rumble 2001, which is a really good one. I have money on Drew Carey. This is where my money goes. I picking underdogs. He had, I think he wasn't getting in rivalries with Vince then, and then WrestleMania 17, the greatest WrestleMania ever. Austin turns heel.
Yes.
I think they were forced this heel because the fans didn't want him heel and they didn't take him as a heel. They loved him even though he was hitting Lita with steel chairs.
Yep.
He joined partnership with McMahon. The next night after that, it was Austin versus Rock in a steel cage. And then Triple H comes down and they form the Power Trip. What did you think of the Power Trip trio?
I thought the two-man power trip was fucking amazing. I wish it could have gone on for longer.
Was that before Triple H's injury?
Yeah.
What made you like it? Was it just because it was brand new, or
It was new. It was dominant. I loved it.
you're the only one, bro?
I I don't care.
I mean, Austin had obviously the WWF title and the tag title with Triple H. Triple H had the IC title. So they dominated Monday Night Raw and SmackDown for good, like you said, a couple of months until June 2001, where Triple H unfortunately got injured. In July, a certain WCW and ECW turned up, and Vince needed his best WWF guys. And by God, Austin turned on Vince and turned on all of us just to piss off Vince McMahon and WWF.
But Alliance Stone Cold Steve Austin is my favorite Stone Cold Steve Austin. He was still Stone Cold Steve Austin, but he was hilarious.
Oh, was that one of the segments with like Taz and stuff like that?
Yeah, he had segments with Taz. That's when he started getting angled to wear the little toy cowboy hat.
Oh God, yeah.
It's when he started repeating everything McMahon was saying, trying to get Taker to break character.
Did he break character? Because I could not see him smiling.
Taker never broke character.
You told us shut up though.
Yep.
Yeah, I remember Kurt Angle's little hat, hippie ki and all that stuff. Oh God, that's probably the only good thing we could say about Alliance.
that whole storyline with Austin just being on a whole other level. It's so funny to me.
Obviously he turns on WWF at Invasion, which I think Invasion pay-per-view, which was in that July, is underrated because I think it has some of the best matches on there, like the Jeff Hardy and RVD.
Mm-hmm.
I think a hardcore match. Obviously, then, like you said, Austin McMahon had this rivalry, and it involved Shane, Stephanie, Paul Heyman, ECW, WCW, Booker T, everybody. This rivalry now has just gained so many characters. Do you think it was the best way to end it with the winner takes it all at Survivor Series? Because they didn't have much interaction after that.
I mean, I think it could have gone on a lot longer. There's a lot of different things that they could have done with that angle.
Oh, we will be doing that next month for Invasion.
Yes, we will.
For WCW month, which is in March, and by God, we're going to praise it and think what the fuck they do with some of the shit they did.
We're gonna praise WCW. We're gonna shit on WCW. We are going to do everything that wrestling fans clamor to do about WCW.
Well, one of them we're going to jackhammer them, and then after that we're going to do the finger poke of doom on them.
That's fair.
So we're all getting over. And we could do this at home because we got guaranteed contracts.
And maybe we'll throw in a dusty finisher too.
Yes. And then that don't work for me, brother. We're going to have fun next month. Like we're having fun on Attitude Era month. After Survivor Series, Austin just automatically turned it face again. Came out, tried to beat up Kurt Angle and Vince.
Yep.
And then Austin was in a famous rivalry with Booker T, which involved the what we spoke about last week, the supermarket fight. And he has segments with that with Vince for a couple of weeks. And then I think it died down a little bit with him and Vince, and then the NWO turns up.
Yes.
What was your taking of those three, the Nash, Hall, and Hogan returning in 2002?
I was excited about it, but I like what Vince said when he first introduced, or when he first said he was bringing the NWO back. Said he wanted to kill what he created.
Yeah. Well, he definitely killed that
Yeah.
because it was Austin versus Scott Hall, which I think is a good match at WrestleMania 18. Not as obviously good as your favorite match of the Rock and Hogan.
hmm
After that, Austin's, I think the last stunner before Austin left, took his ball, went home, is the draft.
Yep.
Do you remember the Austin was a free agent? Because I think it's because of some stupid bullshit they had. And he had to choose between Raw, which was Flair, SmackDown, that was Vince. And I think it's April Fool's Day. He said he was going to go with Vince, and then he started Vince, and then went to Raw, and then started with Flair. After that, he had a bit okay booking, and then he did not like being booked to lose against Brock Lesnar.
Yep.
What was your take on him taking what a lot of people say, taking his ball and going home?
I mean, at the time, I thought it was a bad business decision on both his part and WWF's part. But it all ended up working out in the end. You know, he got some time off. He came back. He just kept making headlines.
Yeah, he came back in No Way Out 2003, whooped Eric Bischoff's ass because he got fired by FedEx back in the WCW days. I think that's one of the loudest pops I heard was Austin coming out, No Way Out, 2003. Jim Ross going batshit crazy. Austin came here to whoop a man's ass. After that, he was the sheriff. Co-GM with co-GM with Eric, and I think there was Roll Roulette. Or do you remember the bet they did? Him and Bischoff. They did like a drunk Olympics one night. Bad
Oh, yeah.
Blood.
Yep.
And there was a rumor that Mae Young, God bless, I love Mae Young, stuff tuna fish down her knickers, down her panties, and literally gave Bischoff a Bronco Buster that stank of fish by God. And yeah, fair play to Bischoff because he knew it was coming.
Yep.
But those kind of things was brilliant. And thing you mentioned before we came on, before we came on was the ATV, wasn't it? With
Yep.
McMahon?
Yep. March 1st, 2004.
And that was before he was being the special guest referee for the Bill Goldberg and Brock Lesnar match at Mania, yeah?
Yep.
Why does that stand out for you? For me, I forgot about it until a little bit when he's up across on the roof and he's revving in it and all the oil's going on McMahon. But why does that stand out for you?
That during that era, that was the last real notable segment during McMahon and Austin in that initial run, or second run, I guess you could say.
I agree on that one, but after that, Austin made appearances here and there. He stunned the whole McMahon family.
Mm-hmm.
Then got JR fired. Then came back. Here and there, he stunned McMahon a few times with appearances. I think his last ever McMahon stunner was WrestleMania a couple years ago.
Yep, WrestleMania 38.
Yep. Pat McAfee defeating Austin Theory, and then Pat goes McMahon in, and weirdly enough, Pat loses to McMahon, and then Austin comes out to a massive pop because he just beat KO the night before.
Yep.
And that was the last of it. That was the final nail on the McMahon Austin rivalry.
Yeah.
Was a very shit Stone Cold Stunner.
In fairness, just about every stunner that Austin gave McMahon was a shit stunner.
I agree with you on that. I will agree with you on that.
I think McMahon might have taken like a handful of good stunners, no more than like 3.
I would probably say in the years that we've watched wrestling, I think he probably took about 30 plus Stone Cold Stunners and probably sold 8 of them well.
Yeah.
Shane's probably sold each one of them well.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, that is that for the rivalry to end in Texas at WrestleMania. Because obviously Vince's personal life got in the way after that, and then it just went down the shitter. But that rivalry for me is it's a standout one. It's like for me, it's Austin McMahon, and this is just Attitude Era. Austin McMahon, Rock, Austin, Undertaker, King.
Yeah. Well, I'll agree with that.
And then Rock and Mankind just underneath them.
Yeah.
What's your take on this crazy rivalry that we went through?
Without this rivalry, I don't know if WWF would have ended up beating WCW in the Monday Night Wars. Just straight up honesty. I think this is the reason why we still have WWE today.
Wow. Do you think I hate to go back to this, but the screw job, if that wasn't for the screw job, do you think and I need to have this rivalry, do you think they'll be like gone, WWE? Because that screw job fucked them over enough that they had to create that Mr. McMahon character.
And I think creating that Mr. McMahon character, I think that was one of the saving graces to the Attitude Era.
Agree.
Without that character, we don't get the Stone Cold that we got.
Yeah, and you see the rivalry often duplicated now. I could go with Daniel Bryan a little bit with Triple H.
Yeah.
Or Roman Reigns and Triple H. Or Jeff Jarrett with multiple people in TNA. Do you feel this rivalry, this storyline could be duplicated somewhere else, like at AEW? Or is it not to be touched anymore?
I think for the most part, it's not to be touched anymore. We've seen people kind of doing takes on it, like the Young Bucks and Tony Khan.
Yeah, that was really good though. I thought that was done pretty well.
And the Bucks hitting the Meltzer driver on Khan is fantastic. And I'm pretty sure that's the last time we've seen Tony Khan on AEW TV.
For a long while, yeah. And he sold it because the guy kept kayfabe and went on the NFL draft with the
neck brace. Yep.
Neck brace. I thought that's such good shit. He knows the score. Yeah, it's often duplicated, but it can never reach the heights that it can. Never ever.
Absolutely not.
But so let's put a lid on Austin and McMahon rivalry. It was fun looking back though, seeing the stupid stuff they used to do. Because it's so cool now to look at it and think, yeah, my childhood was better than the fucking PG era that we are in now. We have a special episode that will come out Monday. We will whoever like follows Wrestling Pedigree, you know that who it'll be, and we'll get more announcements after the show after the interview, and we got another 2 weeks of Attitude Era episodes, and then like we said earlier, WCW month is next month, and I think Steve is really looking forward to diving into some WCW.
Oh, I love me some WCW.
Also, what day are we on today? It's the 14th in your end, but I'm a time traveler, so it's the 15th. Wrestling Pedigree and Meltdown has a relationship now, so we will have Wrestling Roundtable on the Wrestling Pedigree next Sunday. And we have the Ross Report next Saturday also. And we obviously will have Wrestling Pedigree next Sunday also. So there's a lot going on, ain't there, Steve?
Oh yeah, there's a lot going on. Got something I want to talk to you about once we get off air.
No.
I have an idea of something that I want to kind of do.
Oh, okay. I'm always up for ideas.
Yes.
Apart from that, where can people find you, Steve? With that beautiful shirt that you got on.
Yes. First off, this is the first official Wrestling Pedigree T-shirt. I own it, and nobody else can.
Bastard. I created a brand and you bought a new shirt.
Yeah, you created it, and I'm the one promoting it, Maddie.
I know. And by God, if you're listening to this on a podcast and you ain't got the video, by God, Steve looks gorgeous in this bloody t-shirt.
Oh, I look gorgeous anyways. What are you talking about?
Oh, here we go.
I'm a very pretty man.
Well, I will say you probably got more chance than Dirty Dom.
Yeah.
Got better mustache and beard, that's for
At
sure.
least my hair's better.
Yeah. All we need now is a t-shirt saying "Hot Girls Love Steve," or one of your character names on GM.
Yeah, we'll have to figure out which one.
Everyone loves Casey James. Where can people find you, sir?
Oh, you can find me on Facebook under my government name, Steve Akins. You can find me on Instagram under So Many Tragedies. Find me on X under Pedigree_Steve. Find me somewhere on TikTok. I don't know where. I'm barely ever on TikTok, so you can try to find me on there, but I probably won't respond. Just saying. You can find me repping Wrestling Pedigree wherever I go. Find me every week here on Wrestling Pedigree. Maybe a little bit more than every week. But that is to be decided. You can find me on occasion on the Wrestling Roundtable. And if you can't find me, then it wasn't meant to be.
Exactly. It's always a pleasure to be working with you, Steve. Always a pleasure.
I love doing this show.
I do know it. It's one of my favorite things, and just like organizing it and promoting it and pissing people off online. I also obviously Wrestling Pedigree is available we're on YouTube and Instagram, Wrestling Pedigree 92. We are on obviously here, Facebook, as we're live tonight. As Wrestling Pedigree, we're Wrestling Pedigree TikTok. We're also, I started a thing saying, in the UK, we have a TV show called The Last Leg, where a couple of comedians talk about the past week, kind of like what Jimmy Fallon does, but without like a couple of celebrities, and then just talk shit about politics, and that's it. They have a segment saying, "Is it okay?" Like hashtag is it okay that like Trump did this or our politics did that. So I want to change it to hashtag is it all right for pro wrestling. So is it all right that MJF praise Becky Lynch? Yes, that kind of stuff.
Absolutely.
So I'm want to get that hashtag out on all our social medias just to ask questions, put out statements. So if you're a fan of this of wrestling pedigree or pro wrestling, just in our comments or any of our social medias, just put hashtag is it all right, and then ask a question like, is it all right that Dominic Mysterio is an asshole? Yes, it is. So stuff like that. We will obviously have the special episode tomorrow where I interview with Mosh. That'll be available on Monday. And we have 2 surprises for WCW month where we are just not going to mention it, and you'll just be surprised that you see it on Spotify or YouTube. One of them I am very nervous about because Steve knows who it might be, and Easter stuff.
Yes.
So with that, from Matty and Steve, enjoy professional wrestling.
And don't be a dick.